ADGT. ADGT. A damn good time. Subliminal message. ADGT. That's correct.
We're here for a damn good time.
Hope you are too.
Hope you're here for a damn good time.
ADGT.
That's right. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name's Steve Schaefer.
And I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a damn good time podcast.
Hit it again.
Woo! I had a little longer da-da-da-da-da there for
You know, I just feeling it. Just feeling the flow.
Just feeling the
We got
flow.
some music
Reading
going
the
now.
room. Yeah, reading the room. We got the, well, no, we had a pause on the music, but
Perfect.
whatever. So, this week, we are getting high. We are trying Miller Highlife beer. We've got High West whiskey.
High West whiskey.
So we're getting high. We're also going to get into our top 5 favorite binge-worthy TV shows. And since we're recording on April Fool's Day, so we're going to get into some of our best pranks we ever pulled at the restaurant.
Hell yeah, we are.
Deep dive into some bistro stories.
A lot of them probably happened to us too, so it's fine. But you know,
Yeah, we were victims. We weren't always the assaulter, but we were the assaulter a lot on these. So stay tuned. We got some good bistro stories coming up for you, and we're gonna have a damn good time.
we're gonna have a damn good time
So
on April 1st.
That's right. That's right. So how's your week been? What you up to this week?
Another solid week, you know. Just crazy, busy.
Yeah.
You know, getting things ready for the springtime. Of course, now it's frickin' snowing today.
Yeah. What the fuck is that about?
I don't know, man. You know, you get some nice weather and it snows, but of course, we're in Ohio, so
We knew it was gonna
it is what it is.
Yeah.
We had a mild ass winter, so again, not complaining. But it was nice wearing flip flops for a while. But of course, now I'm back in a hoodie today.
And we always know that the cold's going to come back and bite us a couple times before it actually stays nice. But of course, it has to happen on my fucking days off while my kids are on spring break.
Right.
You know, like I had ideas like, oh man, I'll take them hiking, or maybe we can go hit driving ranges and shit. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make sure their spring break's fun. And then it fucking snows.
I'm going to say I was happy this year because my birthday was Saturday. We talked about last episode, my birthday coming up. My birthday was Saturday. You came over. We had bonfire. You know, I was testing out the new grill my brother got me for Christmas. So I had multi grills going on.
Got that flat top motherfucker.
Big old flat top going on. So we're cooking over here. We're cooking over there.
You even had like a cool ass canopy thing over
Yeah, you got that for my birthday now. He got me a nice little grill tent.
Setup.
Didn't know anything about those, but he got me one of those. Thankfully, he works for a company where some people return things or display models, and he get them for dirt cheap. And he's like, "Bam, here you go, bam!" I'm like, "Sweet, this thing's super awesome."
That's dope.
Yeah, so it was good. I actually partied on Friday and Saturday, which for my old ass is getting to be too much. But
Yeah, the old double party.
Sunday was a day of rest. That was for sure. So, but yeah, good time, and the weather was nice. And I've had a foot of snow on my birthday, and I've had, you know, what we had on the weekend, 70, 80 degrees. You know, it's like you don't know what you're ever going to get on my birthday. So
yeah, I was sitting around a fire, not even wearing a jacket. It was awesome.
Right,
right. That was it was a dope time.
Exactly. So
it was a damn good time.
It was a damn good time. Yeah, so good week for me. You know, I had the birthday and all that, and busy week at work and kicking ass.
Taking them names.
How's your week going?
Oh, it's been pretty good. Besides the fact that my days off include shit weather. But I think tomorrow's supposed to be nice, but it's still going to be kind of cold. But I don't know. I might take the kids out to the driving range. They got their own little clubs. I got my clubs, and I need to hone in my swing because I fucking love playing golf. But I suck at it, so try to get a little better.
Yeah.
I did. This was really fun. They wanted to do a fire drill at work, like an evacuate. You know, think of just like when you're a kid in school.
Yeah,
we did a fire drill, and I got to pull the fucking knob.
Oh, you got to pull the switch?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I always want to pull that switch.
It was dope, and I recorded it, so maybe I'll put up a, without audio, but I'll show me pulling the switch or whatever. But I wanted to turn it into like a TikTok or a Facebook story or something, because now that we're doing podcasts, I'm always thinking of cool ways to create more content to get more eyes on our stuff.
Right.
But then I realized, like, well, because the way I shot the video, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to work today. And then I hit the thing, and I'm like, looks like I'm going home early as a joke. But then,
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love to just pull a fire. And you always thought about it. Like, you walk by one, you're like, just push the button, you know?
Right,
you just want to push the freaking red button, but it's pulling the switch.
Then you hear, like, the stories, which maybe there are some that do this, but, like, stories like, oh, when you pull it, like, sprays ink on your hand so they can tell that you did it. I know I heard that in school. That's why we never touched them. But the one that we had, it didn't spray.
Yeah, that's a lie. There's no way he's putting money into that.
Right. Yeah, the one I pulled did not spray ink on my hand, so...
Yeah.
But so there, nobody knew who did it, but
Yeah.
I did it.
I always wanted to hit the one though. There's like you bash like the fake glass and then pull it, you know?
Yeah,
like
it's got that little hammer hanging beside it, so you
smash the glass and then break it. Yeah.
or even like fuck that hammer and you just crack it with your elbow or headbutt it even like
Yeah, or just kick it and like bam, I'm gonna break the glass.
One thing I did find out is that the way those things operate is the button is constantly pushed in, so whenever you slide the thing down, it allows the button to come out.
Okay.
So that way, I kind of deduced like, well, if there's a fire here, it'll melt this plastic off first and allow the button to come out in case nobody's around to pull the switch. So it's kind of like a failsafe like that.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of interesting. I never knew that. I always thought it was like, when I push the button, now it's done. No, it's a switch that when it's open,
it's compressing the button already.
When
the button is compressed.
The button is compressed. So even if you knock that plastic thing off, you're going to throw out the fire alarm. So
there you go.
So that was kind of neat. I got to watch everybody stand around and like look like idiots, and nobody went towards an evacuation point or anything.
Yeah, nobody's.
It finally took the upper management to get on the speakers and be like, "Guys, this is the fire alarm's going off. Get out!" Because everyone was just standing around like, and they were still doing their shit with their packages and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I guess I'll just die.
Yeah, I feel like somebody needs to throw smoke bombs in the room or something too to like simulate it and be like, "Oh my god, fire!" and then see the actual real panic that sets in the people, and then like
go full Dwight on it.
Yeah, fight or flight. Yeah, go full Dwight on it. Yeah, exactly.
Heat the handles and shit.
Fire! Everybody's going
People
crazy.
throwing cats through the roof.
Exactly. Just smashing windows out.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm sorry, I'm going to cough a lot. I'm still trying to get over this goddamn cold that I've had. It's not the Rona. I didn't have a fever. I can still taste and smell shit, but I've just been stuffy and...
That's what he says, but he's still sitting like 6 feet across from me, so...
Yeah! Blow the Rona on you. I'm going to blow the Rona on you.
It's all right.
And even Sarah got it. So it's kind of been a miserable week. Just people being sick.
Yeah, it's going around. It's that time of year, right? Weather starts warming up, everybody gets sick.
I will say, though, it was kind of cool. Today, the kid's friends invited him over for a sleepover, so I have a kidless house.
Boom.
No kids in this house.
Just me here.
Yeah, just you.
Sarah's working.
Sarah's at work. I had the house to myself, so I invited my boyfriend over.
That's our normal day to record, but yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, so that's basically the highlights of my week. I got to pull a fire alarm, and I have no kids.
Sweet.
And I'm finally getting over this goddamn cold.
Get over that round.
Yeah, finally getting over the Rona.
Awesome. All right, so that's our week.
Yeah.
What we got next? What are we doing? What we gonna talk about? The restaurant stuff?
You want to taste some shit real quick?
Oh, do we want to get into tasting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the way they highlight. We can taste afterwards, but
we can get the High Lifes cracking. I'm fine with that.
let's crack a couple High Lives.
If you've never had another High Life in your life,
yeah.
What are you doing?
You gotta love the High Life.
It's a champagne of beers.
It is.
Dates back to,
for those of you looking.
Established in 1903. I mean, it's old. It's old.
And I will say this: drink it out of the bottle. Don't drink it out of the can.
Oh yeah.
It sucks out. I don't know. Like most beers, I drink out of the can. I'm not a big bottled beer person, but High Life, it's worse out of the can. As soon as you open up a can of High Life, and don't doubt me on this, if you feel like you want to doubt me, go get a case of High Life cans, crack one open, and it just foams up out immediately. and then it just doesn't taste as good.
Well, it's champagne, you know. It's supposed to be.
You gotta pop that. You gotta pop that. I wish they should make little corks for it, but.
Well, I mean, being the champagne of beers, it's still pretty dirt cheap. So they ain't putting many corks in it. If they did, they might sell a hell of a lot more of them.
Right.
But solid beer. I mean, it's your Miller.
It's one of those budget beers, you know.
It's next to your Miller Lite.
It's
your Budweiser of Miller Lite, essentially, is what it's supposed to be.
I wonder if is this. Well, I mean, I doubt it's a light beer, but do they make Miller Highlife Light?
No, it's just Miller Lite.
Miller Highlife.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can't check myself right now because my phone's recording us. As we switch that up now, we keep trying the camera on different things, and now we're to my phone.
Yeah,
we had Steve's phone last episode, came out all right. So now we're trying my phone.
I wanted to keep my phone free in case, because like I said, the kids are over.
Yeah.
I don't want like, oh, Henry's freaking out. He hates it here. He wants to go home, and I don't get the text because it's up there recording.
The webcam was good, but the webcam we realized is supposed to be for like close up and not far away, and like there's different things with colors and textures that were messing up. So we're gonna try my phone, and then eventually we're gonna try some different options and maybe looking to buy in a different camera. But yeah,
apparently.
We're always talking about buying shit on this. Yeah. We need to buy more stuff for the podcast. Well, when I think it's going good, we got no problems. We'll get there. But
yeah. If we ever get monetized, they do make a Miller Highlife Light. I said that backwards.
Really?
Yeah. Instead of like the gold label, it's got a blue label on it.
So I thought it was just like the Budweiser of Miller Lite.
Yeah, but Budweiser has a Bud Light.
I know, but there's not a Miller. There's not just a Miller.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Miller Genuine Draft, MGD.
Oh, yes. God.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, you're 100% right. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. All of you are probably yelling in the background like, MGD, MGD, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
MGD. That's because nobody freaking buys it or drinks it.
I don't think I know I've had it before.
I've had 100%.
But I never show up to a party or, you know, like, hey, let's gather around a fire, BYOB, and somebody shows up with a case of MGD, you know?
Yeah.
It's always Miller Lite. Or if you're going heavy, it's usually Bud or Busch, especially in this area.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a lot of Busch heavy and a lot of Budweisers. And, yeah, so I barely ever see MGD. Just like I barely ever see Coors heavy.
But MGD's always in the store, too. Like, every time you go in, MGD's still sitting there. It's like, is that just a backup in case you're out of Miller Lite? And everybody's like, I don't try that. Like, what? Unless there's a bunch of old guys drinking. I don't know.
And I forget. I wish I would have saved it or had it to reference and put it up. But I've seen a map of the United States, and it shows like the most popular heavy beer by state and the most popular light beer by state and stuff like that. So like, there are other states. There are other places, areas where MGD is more popular. You won't see a Budweiser by the fire. You'll see the MGD. Whereas here, it's definitely
where it originated from and all that. Yeah, probably.
We're definitely huge.
I get that. 100%. So
here, hold on. We've got special guests coming in.
Oh, whoa! Who we got coming in?
Sarah. Hey, honey, what's up? You are live on a Damn Good Time podcast. How's your day?
Good. I'm on my way home.
That's cool.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Huh?
I'll leave you to it.
That's cool. Say hi to the fans.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Cody.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. We had our first special guest. Yeah, so congratulations to Sarah being our first guest speaker on the podcast.
Yeah, more to come.
Yeah.
We want to get through. I think we said a goal of doing 10 episodes before we decided we need to bring somebody else on. We got to get our shit together. Obviously, camera, audio, I wasn't 100% happy with our last audio on the last one. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Something happened. Hopefully this one's good, but we want to get our shit 100% tight.
We're going to figure it out. It's a learning process for us.
But we got the means. We got the mixer. We got the things to do it, to bring other people on. And we are going to bring other people on.
And even then, if we had a third person here, where are they going to sit?
Yeah. On my lap.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll figure it out. But
Yeah, maybe when we have people in, we'll change venues. Like we can set up in a different room. I even thought too, like once the weather gets nice, it'd be cool to maybe set up out on the back deck.
Yeah,
We get cheap cigars out on the back deck while we're running the podcast.
We know it's gonna be hard though. When you do an outside thing, it's ambient noise.
Yeah.
Ambient noise. Like you can't control it then.
We're
So
kind
it's
of
tough.
learning too how to cancel some of that out, but
It's still gonna be rough.
yeah. But if we record outside and you hear birds chirping, fuck off. And if you don't like it, like it's fucking birds chirping. I can't control that. So since today, I know this is gonna release later, but today is April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it's our last show. No, it's April Fool's.
Did you notice your shoes untied?
I'm not wearing shoes, bitch.
Made you look. You dropped your pocket.
All the dumb shit.
So we're gonna deep dive into Lighthouse Bistro stories going on our pranks that we did.
Yeah.
Because most, if any in the service industry, and even most industries too, yeah, you gotta play around, you gotta have fun. So sometimes you prank, and sometimes it's at the expense of your coworkers.
Yeah, a lot of these happened to us.
Yep.
And that's how we knew how to do them. But then we also mess with some people.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
And I kind of want to start big.
Okay.
Let's go into John Polson's Hell Day.
Oh, should we throw his whole name out there? I don't know, but that's fine. Whatever.
Everybody, yeah. It's nothing that he did, it's what we did to him. So it's, sorry, John, we fucked with you, but...
A lot. Yeah.
We'll throw his full name out there. He was a bartender for us at the Lighthouse Bistro.
Yeah.
And one day, we both came in the morning to open the restaurant, and we knew he was coming in around like noon.
I think he was coming in at like 4. It was like a weekday to cover the PM shift. So
Yeah.
we didn't really have...
And it was more towards, it was during the down
like
season.
Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
Like it was like nothing. But
Tuesday
we
in the
decided...
winter, like there weren't going to be any customers and stuff, so...
Yeah, we decided we would pull every stop out we could think of between us two to sabotage the bar as much as possible.
Yeah. So he walks in. The first one he comes into, we got fishing line. We made him a tripwire.
Yep.
And it was literally just like he ran into it, and he's like, and we laughed, probably too like exaggerating, like, ha ha ha, we got you, idiot. And he's like, oh, it's just fishing line. He didn't even fall down or anything.
It was like 8-pound test, so I just kicked right through it. He's like, what's going on?
Right. So that was one.
Yeah. I set up a so what was the next one? I made sure he was out.
I'm trying to think of the order that he hit him.
Well, that's gonna be hard to think about. I tied fishing line then and taped it to. We had like a cabinet with the liquor stored in.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a quarter bottle left of like triple sec or something.
I think it was like a straight empty bottle of Smirnoff.
Yeah, so I tied fishing line to the top of that bottle into the cabinet and made it real short and real tight. So when he opened that, the bottle's gonna fly out and smash on the ground.
Yep. And it's funny because I think we even set him up too. We're like, hey John, give us a liquor count. We need to do inventory, or
No, so
ordering.
Here's what we did. Here's exactly what we did. We made this obscure martini drink of the day that had we didn't make it, but we just said, hey, well, it's margarita.
Yeah.
But we put an empty bottle of triple sec in the well.
Mm-hmm.
So he got it up to make this margarita, and the triple sec's out. So he goes to the cabinet to get the triple sec out, and we put another empty bottle in there with the fishing string tied to it. He opened it up, and immediately the bottle just dropped and broke. We had one of our inside dudes, our buddy Derek.
Yeah.
Like bring it in.
Right. And then, well, I think it was a martini because we tied fishing string to a martini glass.
Yeah.
Because there was an overhead glass
That's right.
holder.
Yeah.
So as soon as he went to pull the martini glass out, the fishing line caught it, and then it fell on the ground
And smashed, yeah.
So there's broken glass everywhere.
And then you taped
People pissing on it. They just don't care.
thumbtacks to the back of all the beer tap draft
Tap
handles.
had spikes on the back of them.
But you taped in the wrong spot because I don't know if you actually hit those,
Yeah, because I
because
think he, instead of grabbing it like a
he
handle,
just flipped the top.
he just flipped the top. So
Like
he
any
missed them.
bartender does. And
Yeah, he missed
I should have caught that, but that's fine.
He missed them.
And then
I took so
what else?
anybody in the industry, you know, the ticket machine. Whenever a drink comes, the tickets print out, and it's from a roll of paper.
Yeah.
So I took the roll of paper, I spread it out, and I wrote a bunch of shit on it, like John Polson sucks, or like you're stupid, or like
Yeah, just a bunch of nonsense making fun of him.
you eat turds. Or like,
Yeah.
like, so every ticket that printed out, it had my Sharpie marker on it, just degrading him.
So I think immediately hit the trip line, didn't work.
Yeah.
Was pouring beers, that didn't work. But the ticket's coming back. He got that one.
He got that one for like the next 2 hours.
And then nobody ordered a martini, so we had our buddy Derek, that was a server at the time. We had him ringing a martini,
And
then he got the martini, the glass smash, and then I think his last straw was him opening the cabinet, the bottle smash. He goes, "I don't believe it! I'm walking out. You guys are assholes!" And we were just rolling on the floor laughing. One of those situations, bro. You got to be there, but.
And then we made his life a living hell too, even after he left, because he went over to the marina and
he started selling boats. And
so
then
we'd go in there and just like mix up his desk and
we flip his office upside down. I was real bad. I go and plug all his USB cords, so I didn't plug his mouse and keyboard.
So John, if you're listening, we did it out of love because we love you, bro.
And he gave it back to us. He'd go in and then flip our office upside down.
Yeah.
Early in the morning sometimes, and it's a good time.
Right. So
just some boys messing around.
But like for one day, his
we gave him a little bit of hell day, but yeah, it was a good time.
What else did we used to do? We did. Oh my God, we'd be like, we had these little black ramekins, so you couldn't really see what the liquid was in it. Yeah. And we'd be like, oh, I tried this drink. Here's a little sample. Here's a little sample. Here's a little sample. It was green food coloring. Mm-hmm. And it would just stain your teeth and your mouth. And we got lots of people with that.
Always right around St. Patty's Day. It's like the green food coloring come out to make green beer. And you only need like 1 or 2 drops in a 22-ounce beer to make the whole thing green.
Right.
Like you don't need very much.
Right.
But yeah, if you poured like...
And then in the restaurant, you order like a quart of it. Or probably more like a pint.
And it lasts you for years. Yeah, for years.
Unless you're doting it out to your employees for shots.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that I got on that. I don't think I ever did the green food coloring to anybody, but I know I got on that.
Yeah.
I was the victim of that one.
Yeah, I got on that too. And then it's just like your teeth are green and... It's bad. They just you can put like a half a teaspoon, or a whole teaspoon, let's say, in something, and then your mouth or your whole mouth's turned green. Then it's bad. I got hit with relative to that, like a teaspoon or something. Our old boss, Nate, he goes, "Hey, try this new sauce I made." He's got just a normal spoon with sauce, and he goes,
Nate
"Hey."
was good at getting you to taste bad things.
Oh my God, he's terrible at it. I literally just started, and he's like, "Hey, try this sauce." It's just a spoonful of sauce, and I try it, and I made it go bleh, and about throw up.
Yeah,
it was hood grease.
Yeah,
he took from the hoods above, like the fryers, the grills, all that.
Yeah.
Steam, the grease, the steam goes up. And then on the side, there's 2 catch pans. If you don't know this in the restaurant industry, there's 2 little catch pans that catch all that steam and all that stuff, and grease drips down. And he got me...
Because grease can vaporize, apparently.
Yeah, he got me...
Not just steam and smoke coming out of those stacks you see in restaurants. There's grease in there, too, and the hood systems are made to filter that out.
Yeah, and it's dirty, and it's a lot, and it doesn't taste good.
No.
It tastes like metal... and grease. I don't know how else to describe it, but I put a tablespoon of it, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the many things that man used to do to us. He used to take, so we had, I think we touched on this before, but I'll throw it out again. We used to have the hottest water, because in the restaurant, you wanted the super hot water for your dishwasher.
Yeah. So their hot water heater was the bottom.
Yeah, it was cranked up. It was cranked up, running nonstop.
It was always hot.
Yeah. So he would just throw a bunch of habaneros in a double strainer.
Because we'd get normally when you order habaneros, you only need like 3 or 4 to make something spicy.
Yeah.
But you can't order only 3 or 4.
You have to get like 10 pounds.
You have to order or even like a quarter pound has like 30 of them.
Yeah.
You know? So whatever he was making, then he cut up those habaneros, put them in a strainer, put hot water on it, and then set up the fan so it was blowing pepper spray steam in a certain direction.
So anybody walking in the back room was immediately hit in the face with habanero steam. And your eyes start watering, and you're like, "What the hell is going
breathe.
on?"
You can't even fucking breathe.
Yeah.
And I still remember Nate. He'd sit there and watch, and he was always like, like his shoulders shook whenever he laughed. I still remember goofy fucking Nate. Whenever his prank hits, he's like, "Damn, Schaefer, I thought you could handle that." Like, no, I fucking can't.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was just constant, nonstop with that guy.
Yeah.
That guy always was up to something.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he wanted me to try something after, like, he made me try a few things. Then he used Dave's Insanity Sauce one time on me. And Dave's Insanity Sauce is like, I don't know how many scopols it is. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
It's
like,
pretty intense.
One drop to, I'll say, 10 gallons of chili.
Yeah.
Is enough to make it spicy chili. Like, it is
right.
Freaking hot. Maybe 10 gallons. We'll say 5 gallons.
And
whatever.
he even got smart, too, because people got onto the fact of, like, after green shots and spoonfuls of hood grease and stuff. Because how he got me on the Dave's Insanity is he's got a bowl of chili in his hand, and he's eating it from a spoon, and then there's another spoon set in there. He's like, "Hey, man, here, just grab that spoon, eat it out of that spoon." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like, and he's eating it, so I trust him.
Yeah.
But little did I know that he loaded that spoon up with Dave's Insanity and then stuck it in there.
So it's not mixed in. It's just,
It's just on that spoonful. So that, of course, I grab it and I get chili on top. I'm like, "Oh, that's good. Oh my God, I'm dying."
I remember he told me, my buddy used to live with way back in the day, when I was young. He wanted me to bring him home a room, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll bring my buddy a room." He's like, "I'm gonna put a little Dave's Insanity Sauce. Just one drop in one corner."
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting there and watching my buddy eat this whole sandwich. He gets to the very last bite. He eats the whole sandwich. The very last bite was the very last comment. I'm like, how's he still? I'm like, maybe he ate it and he's fine. Maybe he ate it, it's fine.
He just didn't notice it.
All of a sudden, he takes that bite, that very last bite, and he goes, "Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a..." And he turns red. I mean, this stuff is so hot.
I think we even fucked up. I think we even fucked up Tyler Dutton.
Yeah.
Which he didn't even work there. He's just our friend, so he was visiting us. We're like, "Here, try this." And you got Dave's Insanity. Yeah. And even, I think, Ty Tope, we fucked him up.
Yeah.
Well, Ty Tope worked there, so we definitely fucked him up one day.
Like, I mean, I'm talking like, you dipped in a toothpick in this stuff. It's so hot.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some people out there being like, "I'm trying to
it's not that bad." Well, to normal people, it is bad. So fuck off.
Terrible.
We get it. You're tough.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And I know there's hotter things out there, but that sauce is insane.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Dave's Insanity.
It's insane.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of fun stuff. One joke I like to always used to play on like the servers, and it got passed around, was always empty the coffee pot maker.
Right.
So you had your coffee machine with the hot water dispenser in the front.
Yep.
Obviously hooked to a water line.
It's hard line to a water line. So yeah, most people that haven't worked in the industry, you have a coffee machine and you have to add water to it to get it to brew. The industrial ones, they're hooked to a straight line.
Yeah.
And it just constantly heats it. So you can even have hot water come out of the tap for like tea and stuff like that. So yeah, we always tell.
Yeah. Just take a picture and empty that thing out. We got to clean it out. And they sit there, and I think that probably, with one person, I went 10 pitchers deep. 10 pitchers deep.
Before they realized?
Before they were like, "Are you sure this isn't empty?" I'm like, no, we're messing with you. I'm like, you're done. You're
Like,
done.
they didn't even realize. They're just like, how much water does this thing hold?
Most people are like 3 or 4 with people standing around them and like people snickering and like people walking around them like
Yeah.
looking at them weird. And they're like, okay,
Just, yeah.
this isn't, man.
You should know by now. You should be smart enough to figure out that you're getting fucked with. Like,
Yeah. This kind of movie, if you never watched movie Waiting, like there's a lot of that that's very true to the industry.
yeah.
Except we weren't putting pubes on food or anything like that.
I think we touched on that on our show. Like, I never fucked with food.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't put pubes or drop shit on the floor, but everything else about that movie we've done.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like one of my favorite ones. Was back whenever I think it was before you were. That was one of my first stints at the Lighthouse. Mm-hmm. Before you were there, Jim would always cut. Well, Nate too. Nate was still there. They'd always cut jalapenos open and just rub them on shit.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you have a glass of water there. I'm really thirsty. It's really hot in the kitchen. I need to. And then your lips are on fire because there's a jalapeno there. There's one dishwasher. So there were 2 pranks they pulled on this dishwasher all the time. He was toothless. He was like, you could tell he's old in his years. He did a lot of drugs when he was younger.
Sure.
No teeth. Apparently he was really good at drums. He's like, I taught so-and-so how to play drums. I forget.
Top Van Halen how to play drums.
No, not Van Halen. It was the dude from Tommy Lee. He's like, I taught Tommy Lee how to play drums. Like, no, the fuck you didn't. You know, so we'd always fuck with him. So we would always rub jalapenos all over the handle for the dish machine. So he's loading up plates and he's grabbing the handles. He's loading up plates, grabbing the hand, and we make sure he's grabbing that handle a lot. And then we're like, hey man, you got something in your face. He's like, what? Right here? And like, no, other side. So he's like,
oh my God.
did I get it? Like, no, now you moved it.
Horrible people.
Now you moved it to your forehead. So he's like, rubbing his forehead. Nah, it's on your chin now. So he just rubs all that capsaicin all over his face, and then his face burns. It's terrible. I know.
Yeah. No, you guys are terrible people.
But
what are you
funny.
doing?
Well, and so here's the other one that I think is almost worse because the dude had no teeth. Like, I think he had like one. He didn't have any of his 2 front, but like one to the side.
Yeah.
And then mush mouth everywhere else. It's just mush. It's like,
Mush mouth.
buy some fucking teeth, dude. You know?
Yeah.
But it was mush mouth. And
He's a dishwasher. How's he gonna buy teeth?
I don't know. Well, you taught Tommy Lee how to play fucking drums. Shouldn't he get some of those royalties then?
All right, shouldn't be drumming somewhere.
Yeah. So me and Jim would always get scraps of sirloin steaks, which are a little chewier, and then we'd cook them well done to make them even more chewier, and then we'd give them to him and watch him try to eat them.
Okay. You guys just like peeking in the corner, like, hey,
man, these got overcooked.
How's that steak?
Like, yeah, try this or try this, and he's back there like gumming them and shit. Terrible. Yeah, that was a terrible prank. But I mean, I don't know. I don't feel bad about it. I don't lose sleep. I sleep pretty easily at night. So
this is a mean prank against someone's character right there. That's all that is. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
I'm trying to think. I know we've got some reference points marked down here.
Yeah, I like the time that we were working together and our buddy Tyler bought this big, giant magnet.
Yeah.
I'm talking it was probably like, I don't know, 2.5 feet.
I'd say at least 2.5.
Like something like that.
By 12 inches tall. 2.5 wide by 12 inches tall.
And it was with an actual heart,
Yep.
gay porn.
Yep.
And I think you were driving the Cadillac at that point in time.
That was my pearl white 96 Cadillac DeVille.
Yeah. And he slapped it on your
Couch on wheels. I love
on
that
your
car.
back rear passenger side, so you wouldn't see it, obviously.
Right.
So
Somebody from
I think
it was one of the valets are like, what the fuck is on Steve's car?
I get a call out of nowhere, and Jason's like, hey, what's going on with Steve's car? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm getting calls that he's got something offensive on his car. I'm like, what, on his Cadillac? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he's like, I don't know, man. Can you just go look? And I go out back and look, and he's got that "I love gay porn" sticker like our buddy just slapped it on there when he wasn't looking. I don't know if he did it in the parking lot or when he did it.
I think he did it the night before.
Yeah, I think he drove around.
He was at
with
my
it.
house the night before, and he slapped it on there. And since, it was on the passenger side,
Yeah.
I get in and out through the driver's side. I never saw it. So I drive to work, and even where we parked was like the inlet to the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Like, because we parked by the back door to get in and out of the employee entrance, but it was right there. So any customer, anybody coming to even the marina or the restaurant that day had to drive past my car first.
Yeah, so of course a bunch of people called and complained because I shouldn't say of course because I would never call and complain, but of course a bunch of old people called and complained.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I can't believe this sticker's on this guy's car. Blah. It wasn't like it said "fuck you." It was just "I heart gay porn."
Right.
Like, not even offensive to anybody, but we
Right.
still had to go out and remove it because people were offended by
Trying to
it,
think. I can't promise.
or it
try
wasn't
to
classy enough.
I'll try to post the
They weren't
picture right
classy
here
enough.
for you if I can find that picture, because I know I took a pic of it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was hilarious to me because I got the call and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Are you serious? And then I went outside. I'm like, are you serious? Like, there were so many times I remember when you had that old was it the Taurus?
Ford Taurus. It was a 1992 Ford Taurus that I spray painted flames on.
Yeah.
And then from flame back, it was Ninja Turtle green or Grabber green, neon. It was neon green.
and I got you to put for your hood ornament. I got you to put a sink
Yep.
faucet on it.
If I can find that picture too, I'll post it here. But it literally had like $600 worth of band stickers on the back, and I only paid like $500 for the car.
Yeah, and people were complaining about that.
Well, because one of them said, "I heart my wiener," and it was a wiener dog.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Somebody
Yeah.
got offended by that. Actually, Nate backed me up. Like, some lady was yelling at him. He's like, "Look, it's park," because that's before I was a manager, so I didn't park in the
Front
up close.
spot, yeah.
I was all the way back in the back.
Whereas the employees had to park. They wanted us to park in like Egypt after that.
Yeah.
It was like the craziest thing. And we're like,
You had to park like 250 yards.
we're like, we got like pregnant servers. We got like young girls. I'm like, you
Right.
expecting them to walk out there when you guys with your sailboats, with your $50,000 sailboats are complaining because we're taking up your spots. We're sorry.
Right.
We're sorry about your life, but you want these young girls to walk out there by themselves?
Yeah, and especially at the end of the night, whenever they're carrying hundreds of dollars worth of cash and tips. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, because now people are like, "Oh shit!" People walk out of restaurants with hundreds of dollars of cash and tips. Maybe I should fucking pull a gun. No,
Not a bad idea, but I mean, what?
get rich quick scheme.
Yeah. Drive to New York one day.
Yeah,
No, but I mean, yeah, it's just some of the situations in the area where we're in. It's just the area we're
Yeah.
in. It wouldn't happen now, but it was different back then with people being gripey about little gripe things. And
Right.
that's all. But yeah, no, we had a lot of fun times in the restaurant. A lot of making people doing crazy things, scaring the shit. I mean, I don't know how many times I hid under stuff and like people hid under stuff from me. I got locked in my own office.
Yeah.
Almost killed somebody just because they locked me in my own office.
yeah.
You know who you are, Tito.
Having
A little different things that happen. Good times, though. Good times. Good
people
times.
search for the basement, and there's no basement out there.
Oh yeah, we talked about that before on another episode. Yeah, always make them look for the basement. Look for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Do different things. But yeah,
So yeah,
tell us your best pranks you put out.
yeah,
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
yeah. Comment on this. Give us some good prank ideas.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you guys. So
Or what maybe you even did today for April Fools. I mean, I know it's going to come out after April Fools, but if you did something funny today, let us know.
yeah, I will throw props out to my kids. They brought they have a Nintendo Switch,
Yeah.
and apparently they found some way in the settings to where, like, a controller connected to it, they can just hold a button down and make it vibrate. So both the boys came up, and like Henry had the Switch like kind of hidden, and Parker we got like the big the Pro controllers for him, the black ones. And it was just vibrating. Parker's like, "I don't know what happened. I don't know what we did." And Sarah's like, "What? what did you guys do? And then Henry's like, April Fools. He's like, I could just hit this button and make it vibrate. So we got by our kids today. It was pretty funny.
It's like the broken screen app. I see those now. Yeah. You can get me, suckers.
That's right. Yeah, so those are all the pranks we pulled. All the dumb antics.
A lot of antics, April Fools, motherfuckers.
Hope you all are having a happy April Fool's Day. Just make sure your pranks don't hurt people.
I hope a lot.
If they do, just only hurt their mouth with hot foods.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, because that seems to be the theme of ours, was just burning people's mouths.
Burning mouths and eyes and throat. Yeah. So let's we talked about we're gonna get into our top 5 binge-worthy shows.
Yes, and I finally won a Blina poll. Woo, me!
Yeah,
by like barely any
better votes.
Yeah,
because you cheated.
I didn't cheat.
Well, if you're going to call me out for cheating because I shared it to my page, I'm going to call you out for cheating because you made the post.
No.
And they're like, I messed up. You were leading and I messed up, so I had to redo it.
No. I never called you out for cheating, sharing your page.
You did say that on a podcast.
No, what I said was I thought because you shared it to your page, your votes got called twice.
Oh.
But then I said I counted them.
Oh.
And you still won.
I didn't even realize that you thought my votes were going to count twice. I thought you thought I was trying to take the upper hand by sharing it to my personal page.
No.
Oh yeah, the votes can easier.
I thought the votes got counted twice because when I looked at it, I even showed you. I even told you.
Easy there.
When I looked at it,
we just went through this whole debacle of recounts and bullshit.
I was just saying, when I looked at the votes, it looked like it counted twice because
I'm not trying to Biden you there, Trump.
I thought I had you. And I was like, oh my God, I probably won everyone. But no, what actually is happening is it shows it twice, but then I actually counted the votes, like your actual vote, and it was fine. So I was like, oh no, you were good. Yeah, you won. And I told you that. But you completely forgot it now, and now you're trying to call me out.
I got it twisted.
Yeah, you got it twisted.
You won by 1 vote so far.
That's
all that matters. That's all that matters.
So
you get to go first. What is your number 1 binge-worthy TV show?
You know, it's the GOT.
Oh, yeah?
The Game of Thrones.
Going for Game of Thrones.
I got to, even though the last season, it's still epic, but the ending was, not the ending that anybody wanted.
Right.
But Game of Thrones, as far as a character development, story-driven, badass show went, that I think everybody really enjoyed. There's probably some people out there like, I know my brother won. One was like, he walked in one episode. This is the funniest thing. He walked in one episode, and it was, he likes to go, there was a midget having sex, and then I went straight to gay porn. I don't know what I'm doing. So you got to see, Tyrion banging some girl, and then I went to like straight 2 dudes having sex. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't watch the whole show. You don't know the characters. Like, God.
Well, it's one of those shows too. I tried to get a couple people into it, and they're like, well, I'm not into like when people talk about thou and this, and like they speak weird. I'm like, they don't really even speak that weird.
No,
like, it's not so much of a piece where they're set in Scotland and they'll talk weird. They talk weird, and it's like medievally, but it's a different realm. Like and it's its own thing. It's
even though there's like thing. There's dragons and stuff in it, and like it gets weird. But like at the beginning, there's none of that. It's pure character development.
Yeah. And for like the first few seasons, it's all character development. Like,
and it's crazy because it's one of those shows where you fall in love with a character, and they don't care. And it's ruthless about it's like, yeah, you like this guy? It doesn't matter. We're going to kill him.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you've never seen it. Ned Stark dies in the first fucking season. And that was the first dude that
I was like, oh, holy crap.
That was the first dude that I was fighting for him,
He thought that guy was going to be around forever. But yeah.
Because he was even a big time actor, too. Like, all these other people are nobody. Well, maybe not nobodies, but they're like, he's been in Lord of the Rings and shit.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, this guy's a big actor. They're paying him a lot of money to be in this. He's going to be here for the long haul. Nope, his head gets fucking cut off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
by his own sword,
Yeah.
nonetheless. Like, but yeah, Game of Thrones is dope.
It's got to be my number one binge-worthy
I feel
show.
like, yeah,
I kind of want to binge it again.
yeah, I need
It's
to.
been a while. I heard they are coming out with a prequel,
Like a spinoff.
not a spinoff,
Well, okay, yeah, I get what you're
but a
saying.
prequel
Yeah.
to it. You know, so before everything happened, the age, blah blah blah. It's basically the Age of Dragons, the House Targaryen,
Showing the Targaryens,
yeah,
and
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
showing the birth of Jon Snow and all that shit, like before where we picked up.
Yeah, it's gonna go way back. The Battle of the Baratheons, I believe, is what it's called.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Yeah, so when there's like 3 dragons and how they defeat
Yeah,
and kill all these dragons and everything. So
right.
that's my number one.
That's
What do you
good-
got?
That's a good pick. That was on my list. I had to cross it off. So
What you got for your 1 and 2?
I'm gonna go tried and true. The Office.
Of course, I could cross that one out.
The Office is amazing. It was huge when it first came out. I remember owning like the first 3 seasons on DVD. It was before streaming stuff, and even like Netflix had it, they dropped it. So that's the only reason we have Peacock now is because of The Office. And one thing with me too, like we've touched on this before. Like I wanted to buy new furniture because I like taking naps. I like taking naps to The Office because I already know what's going on. Like sometimes you just need background music when you gotta take a nap on the couch. And if it's a new show or a show I haven't watched a lot, then I'm interested in it and I can't fall asleep. But I've seen The Office probably a dozen times through, front to back.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And that one's easy for me to fall asleep to. So like I even took an Office nap today.
my wife jazzed me all the time because I hate like rewatching movies that I've already seen.
Yeah.
At least I say that I say that, but then once it starts, I can't stop. Like I want to watch the whole thing again.
Right.
Same with anything. Like I'm like no, I want to watch something new. I want to watch something. I'm always about watching something new.
Right.
Let's find something new. But then once that old thing starts, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot all this. It's
your
hilarious
comfort
too.
zone.
Yeah,
It's your comfort
it's
zone.
hilarious too.
And I'm go
I'm
ahead.
just bad about jabbing her about it, but she knows that once I start it, then I'm not going to stop.
right.
I'm not going to stop. So yes,
We're doing this again.
Yeah,
This
Office.
is happening again.
The Office is a great show. The characters in it are amazing.
Yep.
I mean,
And it's another one, like, towards the end, I don't really like it as much.
right.
You know, I think a lot of shows are that way. It's like they work so long on character development, and then they pigeonhole the characters into that spot. So, like,
Absolutely.
Dwight is Dwight in the beginning, and you love him, but you hate he's silly and like he's who he is. But then they overwrite him at the end. You know,
Right.
That's the way with most shows. But like it starts out really funny, and I'm probably saying like halfway to 3/4 way through their entire seasons is dope, and then it gets weird. But then they end it awesome, like.
Yeah.
With Dwight's wedding and all that shit, and Steve Carell making an appearance back, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. A lot of great actors there. I mean, not super famous actors by any means.
Well,
I mean,
most of them got their
Carell,
start.
but like, yeah, that's their start. And like, but there's some of them that was their entire life.
yeah,
I
who
mean,
the
that
fuck was John Krasinski before that?
Well,
Who the fuck
now
was
it-
Jenna Fisher before that.
John Krasinski, but he's doing a lot of like
Yeah.
action movies now.
Mhm.
He's like a badass now.
Yeah.
Like it's like weird, a different role he's playing now. It's like
Yeah,
he's like this financialist, badass Marine or whatever. Like
Right.
he's doing a lot of
Yeah.
different stuff now. So
it's not John Wick. What the fuck is it? It's Tom Clancy. He did a Tom
he's
Clancy
doing a
movie.
lot of Tom Clancy stuff
He's
now.
got
It's
a
like
beard and shit.
yeah, he's badass now. It's like okay, I am.
One thing that's real cool if since Netflix dropped it because Peacock, NBC, is it NBC? Whatever they are, they came out with their own streaming service.
Yeah.
Now Peacock has, they call it Ultra Fan editions of the shows, and they put in new material. So all the cuts that got cut out, like B-roll stuff, it's in there. So you get new Office.
Yeah, it's like stuff we might cut out of this,
Yeah.
but it might still be funny to people.
Right.
But they were like, yeah, I don't know. That might have been, that might not have been so funny. But yeah.
There's so many scenes and so many things that, well, and before it was, they're editing for a 30-minute TV spot.
Right.
Pre-streaming with commercials. So you're looking at, 20 minutes worth of content? Now they're like, well, we're fucking streaming it, so we can give you a 45-minute episode if we wanted to.
Yeah, I got you, yeah.
So check it out. If you love The Office and you haven't checked it out on Peacock yet, do it again because there's new stuff.
Well, that'd be fun to check out.
Yeah.
That would
And
be
then for some reason, like they mastered the video of it and like made it brighter too.
Remastered. Everything's remastered, man. They're remastering
Probably
video
in
games and
4K
stuff
now,
like that.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, The Office, definitely huge binge-worthy show. I love it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, solid pick. That crossed that one right off my list. So
And then I get a number 2 now, huh?
yeah, you're probably gonna take another one from me.
I don't know. How are you on medical drama?
Are you really going that way?
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, yeah. Nope, that's not on my list.
Grey's Anatomy is fucking awesome. And I always thought, it seems like it's more of a chick show or whatever. And, and my wife always loved watching it, and she would watch it. But, our schedules are different, so I'd come home and I'd sit down in front of the TV, and she's watching Grey's Anatomy. And I get sucked right in. I'm like, what's going on? Why is that person like that? Why is this? Why is that? So I finally started watching it from start to finish, and it's amazing. Amazing. The drama, you got love stories in there and stuff. Like, everybody's banging everybody, and then everybody's dying, and people are having babies, and it's crazy. I fucking love Grey's Anatomy.
Well, I can just tell you're going for women votes, and
No.
you just won.
I am not. I'm going to stand here and tell you that I am not pandering to the women vote.
Okay, all right. No, I get it. I get it. Trust me, I've watched seasons of Grey's Anatomy with my wife, and previous girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched seasons of freaking Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's still not my favorite. And I still want to go in a hospital and see where any of those goddamn situations are
happens all
really
the time.
going.
It
Like,
happens all the time.
you guys banging in the linen closet because I'm going to fuck. You can get out of here. It's a hospital, right? I don't want you semen on my sheets.
You don't realize this is everyday life in a hospital.
Yeah, sure.
It's true. It's all true. It's all based on true stories. I love it. And I got to, and I'm not, just so you know,
They're all goddamn too pretty.
I'm not trying to pander to the women's vote because you can ask Sarah. We can pull her down here right now, and she'll tell you that I was getting pissed if she was watching episodes without me. I'm like, you've already seen them through. You've already seen this. You know what's going to happen. I haven't, so you got to wait for me to watch season 1, episode 10, because I haven't seen it yet.
I'll give you Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you have Bachelor or Bachelorette on that shit, we're done.
I fucking hate. No, I hate reality TV.
I get it. I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy. I'm not trying to dog it that much because I did get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as you. I wasn't trying to catch the newest episode
No, I need
because I
to
was
see
like,
it all in chronological order.
to me, when the newest episode was coming out, that's sweet. That's gaming time for me. So I was playing video games while she was watching Grey's Anatomy. So it was perfect. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that shit.
All right. So you got Office, Grey's Anatomy.
What's your number 2?
I got Game of Thrones. My number 2, I'm gonna keep it real and just go Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and that's one of those shows again with amazing character development. You can't just rip in that season 3.
Right.
It's still gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny as shit.
Yeah, you'll get it.
But
You'll get it
can't-
better if you start off
if you start with episode 1.
Yeah.
And you get to, or season 1, sorry, and you get to season 2, and you get to season 3, and you get to see. I mean,
Yeah.
so good. But like you said,
And they're And I love them because they're more like pushing the barrier comedy too. You know,
Yeah.
like
It's crazy stuff. They mess with everything.
They're right on the border of being offensive and being canceled sometimes.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And, you got Danny DeVito, an actor of his time anyways. I mean, you never thought a guy like Danny DeVito would come in and just be like, and
he doesn't even start till second season,
gruesome twosome, dude. Like, the show, you can get that reference, trust me. But Always Sunny in Philadelphia, just freaking hilarious. The characters are amazing. They get themselves in the craziest, dumbest situations. And I mean, I don't know what to say about the show. It's just awesome.
I still am in awe of his name's Rob McElhenney. So his name's Rob McElhenney. That's the actor name, but his name's Ronald McDonald in the show. They call him Mac. I'm in awe of like the one season. I couldn't tell you which one it is off the top of my head, but he's fat all of a sudden. He's Fat Mac.
Yeah.
And then very next season, he comes in just fucking buff and cut.
Yeah.
Like that dude gained at least 60 pounds to be Fat Mac, and then lost. Well, he probably lost like 40, but gained 20 more pounds in muscle. That's how dude he built muscle
just for the show
and cut weight just for the show. And it's
the whole diabetes taco episode or chimichanga episode. He's got like a trash bag full of chimichangas and insulin. He's like, no, just shoot myself with this insulin. It's cool, man. I'm just cultivating mass.
Cultivating mass. And he's talking to Dennis. He's like, yeah, I got the chimichangas. And he's like, I got sauce on my shirt. He's like, he's got sauce on his shirt. And then he tells Mac, he's like, yeah, just live a day in my life. So Dennis starts following him around. And he's sitting there shooting up insulin. He's like, you want some? And they're eating chimichangas out of a trash bag. And then Mac's like, well, let's, you know what we need to do next? And Dennis is like, get some crack? He's like, well, no. But, I mean, maybe later. And Dennis is like, oh, I really want to get some crack. He's like, well, how about Tommy Bahama shirts? Are you familiar? Just the way he phrases that question, I love it. Like,
yeah, I mean, the whole...
Are you familiar?
It's pretty much taking everything to the extreme. Like, it's like if you lived a day in Grand Theft Auto, right? But not stealing cars and killing people, just like eating and doing physical things. Like, that's what you would do.
Yeah.
Like, they just come up with the first idea in their head, and they're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go burn this shit down. Like, or let's, like, go...
In the way D ruins Rickety Cricket's life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean... And the progression of character throughout the whole thing, like you see that too, and it's awesome. But another show that, like, now I watch the newest season, I'm like, it's still good, but after 5, 6, 7 seasons is definitely tops.
Yeah, the writing.
But I feel like weird. 5 seasons of anything, kill it.
Yeah,
you're done. Because you're getting too.
Yeah, you're trying to milk a dry cow at that point sometimes.
But yeah, amazing show. That's my number 2.
Always Sunny's dope. So I'm gonna get in my number 3 here.
Okay, what you got?
We're gonna go a little back, and we're gonna talk about some Seinfeld.
Okay, yep, I got that one on here too.
I love Seinfeld. It's good character development. Everybody's funny. That one, I would actually almost argue that the later seasons didn't dry up. The last episode was weird about how like they all got in prison because they realized they're bad people.
Yeah,
like all that shit. But Seinfeld's awesome. It's hilarious. George Costanza's funny. Jerry himself's funny. Elaine, I love the way you got Kramer. Like. It was written by the dude that does Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David.
Yeah.
And his comedy is always awesome. I think it was produced by Lorne Michaels, if I'm not wrong. And he does Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Producer, whatever, he's got his hand in it. And that's the dude that does Saturday Night Live, so the comedy's going to be there.
Well, Seinfeld started it, right? So Seinfeld, it may not started it, but they perfected it by any means. Of having this, here's a group of friends, hence we're going to get to where I'm going. Here's a group of friends like you normally have, dealing with normal life situations,
Right.
but making a fun twist on it all the time.
Yeah.
What was nice about Seinfeld, it never got like depressing or like had little wah wah moments or whatever it is. Maybe occasionally, but not crazy. Seinfeld was just all about like a little bit of slapstick comedy mixed in with like, hey, I'm an older guy and I'm living in my apartment and I got all these friends that just barge through my door all the time, and my neighbor's Kramer and he just comes fucking sliding in all the time and eats my food.
Yeah.
Like just fun stuff all the time. And obviously the spin-off from that was Friends. Like obviously somebody saw the idea of Seinfeld and was like, how do we take a show that went for that long and was making, oh my God, that show was like the most popular show ever.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And I love the fact too, because they even, the very first episode, they're sitting there talking in the diner and like, this could be a show. And Jerry's like, what? And George is like, this, us, just this. And Jerry's like, what's it about? It's like, nothing. It's about nothing, which that's literally what Seinfeld was about. It's almost about nothing. And then later in the seasons, they pitch a show to NBC about nothing, and they write, so it's a show within a show. They almost inceptioned you.
Yeah, basically. This is how we pitched it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a show about nothing.
But it did, like you said, it did kind of give you the breakout for Friends and just, yeah.
Always Sunny in a way. I mean, like there's a lot of that, like that comedy of just more relatable comedy of people living in their apartments, people just being people and going through their everyday life. You kind of cut that
cop drama or
you kind of cut that whole 8 hours of work or 10 hours of work out a day out of it, and it's just like what happens on the weekends, what happens after work, blah blah blah.
Right,
so you get to enjoy that. But
it's just people, friends hanging out almost. It paved the way for that.
Yeah. And it's just more relatable to people. So
yeah, it was dope. That's totally my number 3. I could watch Seinfeld all day, every day.
Absolutely.
All day. What you got for number 3?
My number 3. I'm gonna go to Peaky Blinders.
That's a good one.
That's gotta be my number 3.
It's good.
I was kind of looking at going to Sopranos towards that, but I'm gonna go to Peaky Blinders just because it's a little more new age.
Yeah,
it's a little more catchy. Sopranos is banging though.
Peaky Blinders is fucking dope.
Yeah, but I gotta go Peaky Blinders just because I liked a little. People are gonna kill me. I liked it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just because of the actors.
Yeah.
I just feel like it was just well written. It's cool. It's still going on. There's probably gonna be another season of it too.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for more.
Yeah.
I love Peaky Blinders. They got razors in their hats. They do bookkeeping, illegal shit.
Yeah, it's like back in the day.
Organized. Yeah, and it's all the way back in the day and shit.
Yeah, it's like
you got fucking pikeys.
Yeah, it's like little gang going around, and they're like this little gang. They start out as this little gang, and the dude just keeps building up, and then he's like, getting called on by the freaking president or whatever.
Yeah, because he ends up becoming like probably not a senator. I don't know, but he becomes a politician even and shit. Like,
yeah, it's like it's getting so big. He's getting so big that it's just
fucking
like
brother
crazy.
I love his fucking brother.
Oh yeah, his brother's insane.
He's a loose goddamn cannon. And even like one season, he kind of settles down. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then he goes even looser of a cannon than he's ever been. I'm like, what the fuck? I still love this guy.
Yeah, he goes off the handle. Like, I don't know. It's just a well written show. I think.
Yeah,
it's starting to get to the point where it's like, all right, we need to end this.
Yeah.
To make this show great,
and hopefully they don't try to rush through an ending,
And the crazy thing is, I didn't watch it until it was 2 seasons in.
Yeah,
and it kept popping on my list. Like,
yeah, I caught it late too.
I was like, all right, fine, I'll watch it.
Which honestly,
Netflix, thank you.
Honestly, that's the way I want to watch shows. I don't, because there's other shows that I've caught first season, and I'm like, I want more. No, I want to binge the shit out of this. Give me all 6 seasons. Give me the end.
Yeah, right. That's why I say it's a really binge-worthy show, because it's like I got 2 seasons in when I started it, And then me and Steph couldn't put it down.
Right.
We couldn't put it
And
down.
then you're ready for the next one. Why the fuck is the next one not out?
We watched one season in 2 nights.
Yeah.
It was like, holy crap, this is great. And then we slowed down a little bit for the second season, but then we still watched the second season. And then the third season came out. We're like, oh yeah, Peaky Blinders out. And then we watched the third season in like one go.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Peaky was one of those ones that I watched while sitting in my truck doing oil field shit because I sat in my truck a lot. And
I think that one's a little bit of a sleeper. And I think if anybody likes a little bit of like, I guess mafia related, like gang related type organized crime, but
England.
smart.
Are they in England?
Yes, they're in England.
Yeah. Organized crime, England, back in like the 40s.
Oh, probably.
Well, they still had like Model Ts and shit. So,
just really good. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was dope.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with that with number 3.
Guys wearing ivy caps and overcoats and shit. Like
that one might not give me the win, but I'm going number 3 with that one.
Well, yeah, I will agree with you. That one was awesome. I have so many things written down, and I don't know where to go with next. I'm going to go ahead and go with it because you said you were going to, and I'm just going to steal it from you now. Sopranos, because that's on my list. Love the fucking Sopranos. If I could learn how to spell it on my thing there. Awesome Italian mob in the New York, New Jersey area. Tony's a fucking pimp. Like, Tony's dope. Even like Christopher Moltisanti, like his I think Paulie was actually from Youngstown. Correct me if I'm wrong. Call me out on this. I'm pretty sure it was Paulie was from Youngstown, and he was in a part of the mob, and they did waste management shit. Like, he was an actual mobster and then acted in the show. But it ran how many seasons long? A long time. Ended abruptly, but I feel like I like that.
Is it 12?
I was thinking 10 to 12. I think it got double digits.
10. You got the Google machine in front of you, so you can look that up.
True. Let me look it up.
Yeah, there are certain scenes in that that still in a way haunt my dreams.
Yeah.
The one with the putter. Dude walks out, like, dude's talking shit, and he grabs a putter out of the back of his car and just smashes him in the head. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to forget that because I was so young when it happened. I'm just like, oh my God, it was so violent.
Yeah.
But there's so many violent scenes in that. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those mobster shows that's just well written again. And I just like something that's well written, apparently.
Oh, shit. It didn't even make it 7 seasons. It's 6 seasons.
It only did 6?
Yeah.
My God, it felt like it went forever. It's probably because when I watched it, I divided it up.
Yeah, it started in 1999 and final episode was 2007. But I mean, those seasons were long, and every episode was an hour because it was HBO, so there's no commercials.
8 seasons still, but that's fine.
Huh?
99 and 2007, it's 8 seasons.
Well, it says first episode date was 99. Final episode date was 2007, but it says...
Well, whatever.
First thing I say...
How many seasons was it?
First thing I see is, like, is there a season 7 of Sopranos? Like, no. So there's only 6.
Oh, 6 seasons. Okay. Well, I mean, to be truthful to me, like, I watched it. I've never rewatched it. So, like, and I don't even know if I watched season 7, to be honest. I don't even know if I watched the last season of it. I dabbled in it. I have moments of it that I definitely remember, but it's not like any of those things that's on the forefront of my mind. So
yeah, and this is back. So this is before streaming. I had the box set. Had the whole box set. Even came in like cool and like a velvet bag and shit.
Yeah.
And then I lost it. I'm not gonna get into how.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, not my fault. But I don't want to call out the person that made me lose it. So, but yeah, Sopranos, fucking awesome. I've seen it probably at least 5 times over. It was amazing. And that mafia shit's so dope. And like, you kind of get the like, man, I wish I could be a badass. Like, you want to live through them type of things. So yeah, that's my number 4. What do you have for number 4?
I've been there for you.
Oh,
I go to Friends.
Going with Friends.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're gonna binge anything and you're bored,
Yeah.
just like you said with Seinfeld, man, throw some Friends on.
Yeah.
Just throw some Friends on. You can always throw some Friends on. You can go from season 1 to,
Yeah.
that was a lot of seasons. I think they did like 12 maybe or something like that.
I think it might be more than that. Well, because shows like that, the prime time, they're 30-minute 20-minute episodes of commercials.
Yeah. So that makes
and
more
they
sense.
usually end up being like
faster,
20 episode seasons. So
yeah. Just a good show. I mean, there's probably not one person that's listening to this that hasn't seen Friends.
right.
If you haven't, I don't know who the you are, but
They got 10 seasons of Friends, and you got Joey's
a lot of
hilarious,
episodes.
Chandler's great.
The whole dynamic of the group.
How many men listening to this did not have a crush on Rachel? Like, seriously.
No, and still doesn't. I mean,
Even Courtney Cox.
come on. I mean, she won you pretty much. She won you our top 5 at one point in
Jennifer
time.
Aniston's amazing. She's like 80 years old and still looks like she's 20.
Yeah.
She's not 80. I think she's like 50 now, but still.
Yeah, it was like 3 dudes, 3 girls, and it was like the spinoff of Seinfeld, but with a little more new age twist to it, where like people are sleeping with each other and like things are going on a little bit more. I mean, I know Seinfeld had that a little bit, but it was more like, let's get to the 20-year-olds that are living in New York at that time.
I still want to know what the fuck their mortgage was. How the hell did Courtney Cox afford that apartment being a chef? Because I know chefs don't make shit for money.
Yeah, and then she went to private chef, and then she got a new job. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's why there was always multiple people living together, right?
Right.
That's why there was always multiple people. They had 2 people living together because you couldn't afford that on your own.
Yeah.
None of them had a car.
From what I understand, a New York apartment could be what you see in our frame right now, and it's $1,200 a month. So for their apartment to be 2-bedroom, huge dining room, well, not dining, but kitchen, dining room, and then huge living room, that place is probably like fucking $4,000.
Yeah. So there's always 2 people living in there, and like,
yeah, but $2,000 a month for a chef, and then because she lived with.
Yeah, but they don't get paid the same wage wages that they do in Ohio either, Steve.
And it's a TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's a TV show. Shut up.
It's a TV show.
But Friends itself, I mean, so many quotes.
Yeah.
So many cool things happening there.
How you doing?
Yeah. One of my wife's favorite shows. Yeah. So I had to throw it on the list. Not only because of that, but I also enjoy watching the shit out of it.
I love whenever they were playing like Who Knows the Roommate Better, because they were the apartments were gonna get swapped and whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is Chandler's job? And they're like, a transponstor. And then Courtney Cox is like, that's not even a word. And that's how they lost it. Then they having to switch apartments and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friends is dope.
All right, what you got for number 5?
Well, my number 5, I've got still have a lot of things written down here. There's not a lot that you've trampled over me, but one that I'm currently watching and I love is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
I gotta go with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So for those who watch it, it's a cop thing.
Yeah.
But it's I can't think of that dude's name now. He's Andy Samberg. It's Andy Samberg. He's Jake Peralta on the episode, and it's hilarious. I love it. You got Terry Crews in there, the big buff dude, and he's always like bouncing his pecs and stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't know him, or if you haven't seen the show, you'll
Old Spice commercials. You know who he is. Everybody knows who he is.
It's Terry fucking Crews. That dude's hilarious. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I still haven't finished it, and I don't know if it's even over yet. I think I'm into season whatever the newest one is, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I can't say I've watched a lot of it. I watched a few episodes, tried to get into it, but like, I know it's funny, but to me, like when you try to get that funny and satire things, it's hard to get into for me.
Yeah,
without some real story behind it.
It's a little more slapsticky.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I like that, and I think I just need to sit down and watch like 10 episodes of it.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably really get into it.
It's delightful.
Yeah. I think I tried to watch like 1 or 2 and I was just like, other things were going on. You know?
Yeah.
Other shows were going on or whatever it was.
I
But
hate that Gina Peretti, Chelsea Peretti is the actress's name. Gina is her stage name or her show name. I don't like that she left. She still makes kind of like comeback appearances and shit now in the later episodes. But she was fucking hilarious. I think his name's Joe Latruglio, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He plays Charles Boyle, and he's like Jake's best friend at work type thing, but he's like super smothering best friends. So it's like, it's hilarious. Like,
yeah.
Everything. Even Captain Holt is fucking hilarious. I love it.
No, I mean, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it, so I can't give you much to it.
Right.
But I'm going to say it's probably a good pick.
It's definitely a dope one. I don't know if that one's going to be a big fan favorite. I don't know if that'll win me any polls, but I'm still doing it because I love that show.
Gotcha.
It's dope.
I'm going to give you my number 5 then.
What do you got?
Let's go ahead and just slam it out.
Bring up the end of the list.
I'm going to go Trailer Park Boys.
Oh,
Number 5.
That's a good one. I think we both ended on ones that might not be fan favorites.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys is probably a little more. I mean, it definitely was a cult show.
It's Canadian too, so
Yeah, it's a Canadian show.
was it only ever available on Netflix? It never really aired in the United States.
No, and I remember like the first time I saw it was watching it in Tyler's basement. He showed me on his computer. He's like, "You gotta watch this show."
Yeah,
And was showing me the first season of Trailer Park Boys.
yeah,
And it was funny then, but then I don't know what it was that I caught back again to it.
mm-hmm.
And it's almost like, okay, so this basically the premise of the show is a camera crew following around this group of guys.
Yeah. It's one of those like mockumentaries, kind of like The Office is. Like it's supposed to be a documentary following people around, but it's a sitcom. So,
But it's based out of a trailer park in Canada, and it's Ricky's like pretty much the main guy.
Oh, I know. I got pictures of us dressing up for Halloween.
We got slaps. So we'll slap those out for
I
sure.
was Julian. You were Bubbles.
I was Bubbles, yeah. And Bubbles wasn't that big in the first season, so it was one of those shows where character development again.
Yeah.
I just love character development. Apparently, like build up characters and who they are. But I think that makes any show, like any show you even named off, like there's character development there. Right. You want to see your character develop something, but eventually there's an apex of character development.
Yeah.
Another show I was going to talk about was just slipped my mind. But anyways, in Trailer Park Boys, huge character development. They're always in Trailer Park trying to make like to them $5,000 is like making $1 million.
Yeah.
Like,
or just buying their trailer is like a big thing.
yeah, the whole season goes. They start off pretty much coming out of jail.
Yep.
They're fresh out of jail
Because got caught selling dope or
getting pulled over like or whatever, and they're just trying to make their way back.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the end, they get like this big plan to like, grow weed and make a bunch of money make $5,000 each off weed, and then they're sick because they're buying a trailer and they're going to be set up.
I got it made all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or remember one episode they're robbing a gumball machine that they're like nose full of quarters and shit, but they always mess everything
That was
up.
the big dirty. They were gonna do the big dirty.
The big dirty. We're gonna rob this gumball machine. It's got like 10 grand in it. It's got like 20 grand in it. We split that each and we'll be rich.
Set for life.
Yeah, and then we're set for life. We're gonna be living a high life, boys. We're gonna be owning our own trailers. Like
Ricky's always living out of his car.
Yeah.
And he's always eating chicken fingers.
Man, chicken fingers and fries. Chicken fingers and chips, man.
Smokes.
It's good. Yeah.
Give me some smoke.
So many great lines from that show. Bubbles is like supposed to be like smart. He's the smart, like doesn't want to do a bunch of crime, but is always doing crime too.
Yeah.
He's like always stealing shopping carts.
But he never goes to jail.
Lives in the shed. No, he goes to jail sometimes, but not all the time. Not as much as them.
Yeah.
Lives in the shed, like beside them all the time. Lives in a shed, and he's got a big obsession with kitties.
Yeah.
Wears these glasses that are like makes his eyes like
magnifying glasses
10 times as huge as they are. He's always like, I love my kitties. I
Then you got Jim Leahy that used to be on the police force, but he's not on the police force anymore. So he's the trailer park manager. So he's
supervisor, just wasted off his ass,
acting as a cop, trying to bust them, and he's drunk as shit. That actor should get a grand. He should get tons. Well, isn't he dead now?
He is, yes.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because that guy should have gotten so many awards for how he played a drunk man. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. If you've never seen a show, I suggest watching Trailer Park Boys. First season's gonna be rough to watch.
Yeah,
Second season's gonna be good, and then third season you're gonna be rolling on the floor.
Yeah, I'd even say pick it up third or fourth season, and then if you feel lost, then go.
But you got to get the whole character development. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, if you can
but sometimes
stomach it.
Yeah, sometimes with shows like the first couple episodes suck.
Yeah.
But once you're so deep, then the first couple episodes are good. Once you appreciate it,
even season one's funny, I think.
Yeah.
And then season 2 gets really funny, and then they realize how good they made Bubbles a character. They didn't realize how good he was going to be, and then he's amazing. So like you really like season 1's good, and then season 2's great, and then season 3's awesome, and
Randy
then 4 or 5
on.
and then they made some more recently. You know, I think they got like.
I think it was
7 or 8, and that's like a
they
little too much.
And they came up with a Netflix deal.
Yeah, and they got their swear out net stuff and all that. And it's like,
yeah,
all right, we know what you guys are gonna do now. It's great. I love the show. I got to see him live.
Yeah, we went with you.
Yeah, we got to see him live up in Cleveland. Wasn't the whole crew?
It was like a live comedy bit.
Yeah, but it was hilarious.
But it was Ricky, Julian, Bubbles, Randy, and Leahy. So
yeah, I was about to turn around and smack a guy in the face, but luckily a girl beside me was like, turned around and was like, "You're not talking about Trailer Park Boys. I'm gonna punch you in the face." I'm like, "Holy shit!" And the guy's like, "I'm sorry," because he was trying to just mac on some chick the whole time, and like literally behind us just chirping the whole time. All right, another story, but yeah, let's get away from that. So, my number 1, I got Game of Thrones. My number 2 is Always Sunny. Right?
The old Peaky Blinds and Friends and Trailer Park Boys.
There you go. And you got The Office, Grey's Anatomy, Seinfeld, Sopranos, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You have any honorable mentions? Because I wrote down a whole lot of shit.
I did too. You stole a few of mine, which is cool.
Right.
I have South Park honorable mention. I mean, you can always watch South Park, but it's not like a character development thing. That's why I didn't put that one down.
South Park's so good with how they're like I feel like they get the news that day and then they write the episode in 24 fucking hours, and like on a Wednesday when South Park comes up, like, how the fuck are you guys writing an episode about this already?
You can pick that up anytime. It's not really binge worthy, you know. Yeah. It's just like you pick it up anytime. Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Parks and Rec.
I got PNR. I got Breaking Bad. Community.
Oh yeah, Community. Yeah, I watched all that. I've been
New Girl's hilarious.
Oh yeah, New Girl, absolutely.
One that kind of flies under the radar, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That show.
Yeah, I've watched some of that. I've watched some of that.
Hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like we got some good lists. This one's probably going to be a little harder to vote on.
Is it high time?
I think it's time for us to get high again. We're going to try this High West whiskey. Hold on. I said I was going to do it.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
I just didn't pour me no bitch shot right there.
I got a soundboard, and I haven't used it yet, but this is...
I'm gonna go back right now and you talk about feedback again. Oh my God, Steve! Oh, here's with it. But I've been running some of you guys out in the public now, and ran into some random people that I never thought would listen to the show, and they're like, "Oh, Cody, I've listened to your podcast now, and I like it." I'm like, "You listen to my podcast?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "That's super cool." Appreciate feedback.
Yep. We love the fans.
Keep it coming, man.
We're all about the fans.
We don't care what it is. Good show, bad show. Post good show comment.
Right.
Like, good show. That's all I want. GS. I tell you what, just post GS in the comments first, please.
Yeah.
Give us a little something.
Even the one time that I called out that was the guy that wasn't, I know it's Coulier now, that Alanis Morissette wrote that song about. I forget who I said it was.
Yeah, you messed
Jason
it up.
Segel. Yeah, I messed it up. And then I made the post, and everybody's like, "Yeah, obviously it was David Coulier." And like, why the fuck didn't you comment on it? Tell me if I'm spouting
If we're
bullshit.
liars.
Yeah, call us out on our lies. We'll, we'll rectify it.
Any comment? I mean, just say hi.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like we want to get a little bit bigger, a little bit get out there, a little bit more people. And you just commenting anything, literally, you guys can say you suck. I don't care, whatever it is.
And honestly, sometimes it just gives us more content because now I feel like now that we're 8 episodes deep, we're kind of
8 episodes deep. This is 8 weeks deep, guys.
Yeah,
8 weeks,
2 months.
2 months,
and we're kind of struggling sometimes for content and what to talk about. So if you interact with us, we can interact with you on the show. It gives us something to talk about.
I'm going to say we're struggling, but it's just
right. But it would be easier if we could talk to you guys. So
and you should all call us out on our audio last episode because we didn't think it was the greatest. So I mean, if you're not saying like, give us any little feedback, like, oh, you had a clip there, you had a clip there, you had a clip there, you could cut that.
Yeah,
give us something. I mean, whatever it is.
Or even because that's one thing I want to start doing is maybe making short videos for promotions and stuff. So if there's a good spot where you're like, that was fucking hilarious, clip that out, that 15 seconds was dope, then I'll clip it out because honestly, I listen, we talk, I listen to it through editing, and then I don't want to hear my dumb fucking voice. So.
He sends it to me. I listen to it. I'm not to lie. I skim through it because I'm the same way. Like I'm like I don't want to listen to my voice that much either. So,
right.
Your feedback would be appreciated, guys. But anyways, thank you very much for everything you guys do for us, and
we appreciate
and support us. And to that, Steve,
let's
finish it with a little High West whiskey. Did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time. Did you?
I did.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love you, bro.